everybody, it's Lori, Pure Love Ascension, with my guest, Teresa DeAnton.
Hey, everybody.
Here with another cool reading for you guys. Let's get a fancy background going for you. And hey, we're really excited tonight because we've got some new decks, and we've been playing with them last couple of days, and it's been really cool. So the deck I'm using is the Elemental Oracle deck, which is made by Stacy DeMarco. And this deck is really different from anything I've any of the other card decks that I have, or any of the decks that I've seen people do on their channels. It's really different, and you'll see why when I read the first one.
Yeah.
And then, Teresa, what deck did you get?
Well, you picked out this deck for me. First time anybody's ever gifted me. This is my first gifted deck, and I only have one of the other decks. So you got me the Enchanted Forest because it really, you knew it would vibe with me.
Yeah.
From Llewellyn Publishers.
Yeah.
And, it's by Luana Weatherspoon. And she does a lot of tarot cards. She's been doing it for over 40, 50 some years plus. Yep. So it's my first full tarot card deck. I don't normally do that. And I love it because you mean my fairy gardens and my fairy villages and my background with Celtic lore. So it fit right in. It really resonated. So it's a good book. Good book.
Awesome.
Great card deck.
They say that the tarot cards choose you. The best deck you'll ever receive is from a deck that somebody chooses for you. So that's awesome.
Good choice, because it's like I was looking at it anyway. It was pretty funny. I was about to order it.
Awesome. Hey, let's acknowledge people in chat. Because that's really why we're doing this. We have Al Sorello. Hey, brother Al, good to see you. Thanks for coming in. Sweet Clo, how are you? Good to see you. Of course, Julianne Payne. Hey, Alex Fox. What's up, Mon? How are you? Good to see ya. Nina the Mystic. Hi, Nina the Mystic is here. I love that. And Milky's mom, Brenda. Hi, Brenda. How are you?
Is Michelle?
Michelle Cannon Free. Yep. Let me get down on there. Lucky Stone is with us.
Celtic Warrior.
Celtic Warrior. Hey, Joey. What's up? Good to see you. Yep. Looks like we got everybody. Okay, awesome. And if you're in chat, I'm just going to assume you want a reading. So I've already started making a list of everybody. Let me get Celtic Warrior.
I got Jules on here. She wanted a specific number.
Okay. And
I got Jules.
Yep. Yeah, we got a special thing for Jules. We'll do that first. Michelle, gotcha. Okay.
Michelle, my bell. Do, do.
I love that song. Yeah. That's actually my middle name. My middle name is Michelle. It's Lori Michelle. So, yeah.
Oh, that's right. Your middle name's Michelle.
Yeah. Let's see, does she spell it the same way? Nope. I have two L's in mine, so we're different. We're same but different. Awesome. So last week when we were on, Julie Ann Payne wanted us to read a card. She said that 22 keeps coming up in her mind. So what I did is I went through my deck and I pulled the air card, which is 22 for you, Julianne. And this is air card in its motion. It says, be flexible yet grounded. And I would say Julianne is very grounded. Allow yourself free thought. She does. Move and choose. She does. Find your freedom. Use your voice resourcefully. Stand up for what you believe in. Be mindful of the way you communicate. And the word of power is air, Latin air, ether. Break that one down, Jules. The element of the air has always been associated with movement, with the higher spirit. It is cleansing element that enables us to flee and allow our minds to travel. Air is associated with all breath, breathing, the lungs, the voice, music, winds, and storms. It is the element of communication. At its most destructive, air is disconnected, chaotic, undisciplined, and unearthed. While we consider a storm after a long drought to be cleansing and nourishing, An intense storm, such as a hurricane, can widely be destructive. The word airhead normally refers to someone who doesn't consider things much and who just flits around from one thing to another willy-nilly. Finding your own space and healthy motion is important, and finding your own breath of fresh air will enable you to see things differently, to start anew. And the element is air. So what I got out of that is just balance. You know, if you're out of balance one way or the other, you're either in a storm or you're in a clearing and everything's good. So kind of a cool card for you, Julianne.
That really is a good card for her.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
22 out of your deck.
Crystal came in and
hi, Crystal Cajun Queen. Good to see you.
Queen, Barry Chad.
Okay. And Crystal.
All right, Jules. Here's your here's the one I pulled for you from last week, and
awesome.
And it's also appropriate because you picked it. I didn't pick it. You picked 22.
Yeah.
So Spirit is telling you you're a water animal. That's no surprise. Beaver. So Beaver's in your Spirit guides today. Beaver, teach me to build my dreams, including others too. One mind, one thought, hearts as one, lessons learned from you. Great teacher, Jules. Beaver is the doer in the animal kingdom. Beaver medicine is akin to water and earth energy. It incorporates a strong sense of family and home. If you were to look at the dams that block woodland streams, you would find several entrances and exits. In building its home, Beaver always leaves itself many alternate escape routes. Let's see. Beaver's armed with very sharp teeth, capable of felling down whole trees. Might eat your garden, Jules. Beaver is armed with a paddle-like tail that aids in swimming as well as in guarding its behind. This tiny mammal is well equipped to protect its creation. So let's see. To understand beaver medicine, you might take a look at the power of, working and attaining a sense of achievement. In building a dream, teamwork is necessary. To accomplish a goal with others involves working with the group mind. Group mind constitutes harmony of the highest order. This is what Jules is doing by pulling us together into a group.
Totally.
Let's see. It's without individual egos getting in the way. Each partner in the project honors the talents and abilities of the others and knows how to complete the piece of the puzzle that belongs to them. In working well with others, a sense of community is achieved and unity ensues. Jules, if the beaver has appeared in your spread, it may be time to put your ideas into action or to complete some project that has been neglected. It can also be asking you to settle differences with fellow workers and friends. Beaver tells you to look for alternative solutions to life's challenges. I think this is a most appropriate card for Jules because she's been doing more and more with the group that we've set up on the chat box, and we're just brainstorming out the yin yang. Thank you, Jules, for teaching us and sharing your gifts and talents always.
Yes, most definitely. Hey, Genevieve has joined us. Trina Phoenix has joined us.
Hey, Trina.
Truth Seeker. Hi, Jay. How are you? Let's see. Yeah. Oh, David Castle. Hi, David Castle. Welcome. Say hi, Rufus. I love that little dog. He's so cute. Same breed as the dogs I have. Yeah, love them. Love them. Okay, so what I've been doing is paying attention to chat, and I've been marking down everybody that's in chat, assuming that you all want a reading. So got you down, and the first person we're going to do is Al, and Teresa's got Al this week. Yep.
I had him last week.
Oh, you had him last week. Okay, I'll do Al. I'm sorry, I got it mixed up. I'm gonna do Al. You're gonna do Chloe is gonna be on deck, so to speak.
Okay, Chloe.
Yep. All right, Al. Let's see what we get for you.
I think I did Chloe too. Okay.
Whoa.
Chloe doesn't mind. It's a new deck, right, Chloe? You don't mind, right?
Well, looks like I've got the lake card for him. The lake. let me get the description on it and then I'll hold it up for you. All right, you've got the lake card. Do not take the shallow alternative deep dive. Do the research. Do not cut corners. You may not be seeing the whole picture. So take your time with a decision. If let's see, word of power, profunde, Latin, meaning deep. Lakes are natural, self-contained bodies of water not connected with an ocean. They have their own ecosystems and often contain their own endemic species. Most have at least one stream of river directing the flow outwards. The different classifications of the lakes include glacial, tectonic, fluvial, and shoreline, and those formed by the meteorites hitting the earth. As they are often freshwater, historically lakes have attracted human occupancy as they are a water source on Earth. Most lakes were formed in the higher northern latitudes, although there are notable exceptions in Africa. Spiritually, lakes have been places of magic and power. Lake Wanaka in New Zealand is said to breathe in and out with the giant that lies underneath. Lake Baikal in Siberia, sometimes referred to as a sacred sea, is the largest source of fresh water in the world, containing over 20% of the world's unfrozen fresh water. Over 630 kilometers long, Baikal is very deep and its waters are very clear, and it contains over 3,000 unique species. One common shamanic practice is the offering of a small amount of vodka in certain sacred spots. It is also believed that something should be thrown in any fire you light as offering to the spirits. It is said that if you bathe here or in other lakes, such as Largarflow, that's it. In Iceland, you will receive healing energies from the pure and ancient waters. Element is water. Wow. Fascinating. Awesome. That was for Al.
That's cool.
The water's calm, Al. Keep them calm. Stay even keel on everything. Just the opposite of that is drowning. So want to keep your head way above water. That's what I'm getting from that. All right. There you go, Al. Love you, brother. All right. And you've got Miss Chloe.
Miss Chloe's.
Yeah.
All right, Chloe. You're going to like this one. This is really pretty cool. All right. This is called The Seeker of Visions. See if you can see that card. She's in the enchanted forest playing the harp. And the Seeker of Visions represents romance, visionary, a poet, gallant, follow the heart. In this case, it's a male, so it's Prince Charming, and idealistic. A seducer. What are you up to, Chloe? All right, let's see. The Seeker of Visions returns every day to the forest lake where once he caught sight of a woman more beautiful than his most beautiful dreams. From that moment on, his heart was enthralled, dazzled by sunlight on the water and confused by mist that rose as if by magic. It seemed to him that she transformed herself into a fish and disappeared below the surface of the lake. He plays his harp and sings with the voice of an angel, hoping to lure her back, hoping for one more glimpse of the glimmering girl who captured the imagination. If this card doesn't represent a particular person, Chloe, it can mean unrequited love, or a sense of spiritual purpose in your life, or a desire for a more artistic life. So the spirits are being passionate with you, but not in a kinky kind of way.
Okay.
Okie
Okay.
Okay then.
I thought I saw someone else come in real quick.
Oh, let's see.
I know, Michelle, you're walking and listening at the same time. And guess what, Michelle? I've got a card for you. Yours is next. And the card that I pulled for you is the water card.
Ooh.
Wow. Okay. This card is creation. Flow forward with grace and confidence. Be true to your emotions. Do not allow yourself to become stagnant in your ways. Creation is your birthright. Consider what is vital to your happiness and ensure that you seek it. And the word of power is creato, which is Latin for he shall create. It is true that water is life. Without it, we perish, along with most other life on this planet. We are watery creatures, ourselves, with up to 60% of our body's composition being water. Our lungs are over 80% water, and even our dry old bones are 31% water. Water is tasteless, colorless, transparent, flowful, and has no calories, but it is perhaps the most vital element on Earth. Water is used for drinking in agricultural, manufacture, and energy productions, and in joyful creation. It is a bio it is a biome in itself. Water is found in rivers, lakes, and in salted form in the. I have to turn the page. Okay. Oceans, it is mist, fog, and condensation, and is frozen into ice, sleet, hail, and snow. As an element, spiritually, water is related to flow, prosperity, and the direction of water movement. The tidal cycle is used in spellcraft with workings done on the incoming tide for the bringing of prosperity, love, and blessings, and on the outgoing tide to remove and release what we no longer desire. Water magic is both powerful and gentle, and almost all ancient cultures had water deities, including genius loci or spirits of lake, rivers, springs, even man-made wells. As the climate warms, the pressure on the water supply will become acute. Also, places that flooded only occasionally may do so with greater volume and frequency, causing destruction and imbalance. Water. Wow, lots of water, air, amazing. Michelle, that was for you. I hope that resonated with you. Again, when we're reading these tarot cards, anything that doesn't resonate with you, just leave it behind. Take what works for you. Okay.
Hey, Audrey. Hi, Ken.
Audrey's in the house. Hey, Audrey.
Audrey's in the house, and Ken's here down in Florida.
And who else?
Ken is B3.
Oh,
Ken, he's down in Florida.
Welcome.
Hope your mom's doing okay, and your brother, Ken.
Oh, yes. And Delaney Jones just joined us as well.
Delaney,
so, yeah, it's a party, Delaney. Yeah, you're with friends and family, of course. So I've got all those people on the list. All right. Next up is Alex, and I had it last week. So this week you're going to pull his card.
Yeah, I pulled it while you were
perfect
with Michelle. Yeah.
Nice.
All right, Alex, you have a card in the Enchanted Forest known as the Challenge of the Seven of Challenges. So you've got a bunch of little creatures here.
Sly little foxes, I see. Yeah.
Sly little foxes, yeah. And I'm going to hold up a bigger picture of that.
Ooh, sneaky too.
This book, I'm telling you, what a book. Full of illustrations. There we go. So, Alex, what this is meaning is sneakiness, secret, strategy, using your wits to get what you want. A lapse of ethics. My goodness. The travelers, having had their supper and smored the fire, are cozily tucked into their vardo for the night. I don't know what a vardo is, but I guess it's like a lair. They came far into the deep forest, so they'd have no fear of intruders. It will be good to get a peaceful night's sleep. The scenario is exactly what the foxes love best. The pleasure of stealing, enhanced by the pleasure of making fools of unwary innocents. They step lightly through the clearing, slyly confident in their sneaky skills. These are foxes of the Enchanted Forest, and the things they steal are not the things normal foxes would take, such as food or livestock. You never know what one of these foxes is going to want from you, whether they can actually use it or not. When these bandits appear in a reading, something is going on behind your back.
Mm.
Someone is trying to get away with something by cheating or outright theft. It may be in an area where you feel you are safe, so you're relaxed and you're vigilant, or you're vigilant. You relaxed your vigilance. Excuse me, Alex.
Mm. Mhm.
Perhaps you are the one whose actions don't bear close scrutiny. Have you violated your own ethical values? Maybe.
Hmm.
I don't know what this means for you, Alex, and hope it resonates in a way and sending you intense. Okay.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Hey, Amber Dawn just joined us. Hi, Amber. I'm so glad you came.
Hey, Amber.
And
Hey,
Kelly, my sister Kelly. Kill
Kelly.
8 just joined us. Hi, Kill. Glad you're here. Awesome. Okay, next up is Lucky Stone. And Lucky Stone, I pulled the Completion West card for you. And every cycle comes to a close. Do not resist the end of something because the end heralds a new beginning. Complete the project. Be a finisher. Be not afraid. Death is part of life. Word of power, Vestry, ancient Norse for west. West is one of the cardinal directions. It is the direction in which the sun sets and so. Hang on a second. I got an earbud dropping out of my ear. Sorry about that. It is the direction in which the sun sets. And so traditionally, in many cultures, it is linked to death or the underworld. For example, the Egyptians felt that west was the direction of the underworld and the afterlife, which was not considered to be a negative place. And in certain cultures, entered bodies faced west or their feet faced west. Other sacred places, such as Mecca, are westerly in Buddhism. The west leads to enlightenment. The idea that a westerly trajectory leads to wisdom or higher enlightenment is one shared by the Norse and many other pagan pathways. It is a powerful direction in which, because of the Earth's rotation, most winds blow. West is one of the quarters called in certain traditions of witchcraft to purify or protect a space. People may call upon the guardians of the West or the Western direction as a way of unlocking protective energies of portals of that element. And the element is Earth. So it looks like you're coming up on some kind of completion, which is interesting, Lucky Stone. So I hope that resonates with you. Card is really beautiful. These cards are really something. Very interesting. There's a back of it.
Yeah, they are. Both decks
That's
are
nice.
interesting.
Yeah, very cool. Awesome. All right, you've got up next is Celtic Warrior. Hi, Joey.
Ruby. No, no, no. Ruby, my dog is here licking me.
She's giving you kisses.
I'm getting kisses galore from my. Okay. Sorry, Lori, try to let me know one person.
No, you're good. You know, everyone, Teresa's just concentrating. She has a special way she picks the card. You know, she just has like a little radar in her finger there and it tells her which card to pick. There you go.
Yeah, it's a 4 of spells. 4 of spells in the Enchanted Forest. I don't know if we can see that or not. I'm trying to get it vertical.
We can see it. Yeah, it's very
4
nice.
spells. It's
Huh.
got the a fairy mound. Okay? And the wee little folks are playing around the fairy mound, doing their magic. The meaning of this card, Joey, is a sign of celebration, ritual, rite of passage. He went deer hunting today by himself.
Whoa.
Rite of passage, family and community, and a reunion of sorts. Okay? So, a party of flower spirit sprites makes their way to the top of a fairy mound at twilight to join those already gathered there. It is their annual reunion, which each woodland flower clan is represented and honored. Some other forest beings, namely the trolls, scorn such festivities, which in their eyes serve no practical purpose. But ritual is important, and it is remembering to reconnect with what is most precious, gathering with friends and family, setting aside quarrels or strife, benefiting everyone. Fritillaria and Love in a Mist can resume their arguments tomorrow. Fritillaria and Love in a Mist. Tonight is just for dancing. This card says it's time to party hardy, whether in recognition of a milestone such as a birthday or other rite of passage, an achievement that desires to be honored, or just having made it through some really hard times.
Mm-hmm.
Create a celebration that expresses the delight you have in living. Giving some structure to your merriment makes it more meaningful and memorable. Dressing as your favorite flower, for example.
Ooh.
Might be a little kinky.
I could see a little like headband with the
Well,
flower on it. Yeah. That card was for Joey, by the way, Mary Chad. He asked, who's that card for? It's for Joey.
That was Joey, yeah.
Yeah.
Joey.
All right. That was Silted Warrior. Ooh. Brenda's up next. I got you, Brenda, again. And I have pulled, and this is an 11 card, which is interesting, but this is the Hearth card. And it's comfort. Take some time out to rest and regenerate. Know what makes you comfortable. Keep the home fires burning. Create a peaceful and beautiful home life. Nourishing the mind, body, and spirit is important at this time. Focus on the inner life. Word of power. Anesi is the ancient Greek word for comfort, solace. For our ancestors, the hearth or home fire was the heart of the home. A fire always burned there, ready for warmth and cooking. The hearth fire was stoked carefully and rarely allowed to go out, as it was a source of comfort for all, and often a place where the family and friends would meet. The city temple of the goddess Vesta in Rome was considered the sacred heart of the city, and was where the foculus or hearth was contained. This was a fire that burned as the sacred heart of the city and its territories. A second fire, one of protection, was also within the temple. Vesta's temple was one of the only places of worship to be circular in design, and was completely covered to protect the holy flame from being snuffed out by the weather. They say keeping the home fires burning was inspired by this practice in Rome. Husbands were often sent away on military duty for years on end. However, their wives were expected to not just keep the home and often the business running, but to faithfully waited for their husbands until their return. Vesta was the goddess to whom to pray to ensure the family's members' safe return and keep the fires of love stoked. In these busy times, it is important to focus on a place where you can feel safe and comfortable. While many of us don't have literal hearth, the home, whatever that is, should be a place created to inspire peace and nourishment. And the element is fire. I can tell by the way, just looking, when you come on A7 and I see the background, I can tell that your home is very, very loving and warm. And you do keep the fires burning, I'm sure. So that was for you, Brenda. Thank you. I hope it resonated.
Well, Audrey, thanks. She says, I always feel so calm and relaxed when I'm in here with you all. Love the vibe. We love you too, Audrey. Good to see you, sis.
Yeah, Audrey, good to have you with us always. And everyone is so welcome here and loved, for sure.
Delaney's making a chocolate cake. Well, what did we just talk about? I need to stay away from that stuff for a while.
Yeah, chocolate. I can't say no to chocolate. In fact, they have a nickname for me in my family, and that's the Chocolate Bandit. I wear it like a badge of honor.
Me too. If I don't have chocolate at least once or twice a week, I'm like, get out of my way.
I'm not normal. I know Trina feels the same way. Am I right, Trina? Yep. Gotta have the chocolate. It's like chocolate is life. It's like blood. It's just something that you have to have.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's see. Teresa, you've got Cajun Queen, Lois,
Cajun
who,
Queen.
yeah,
I had Lois
yeah,
last
she'll be
week.
joining
I
us
got you
next
again, Lois. Is that a good thing? I hope so.
I sent
Uh,
you my email, Lois. Email me back so I can get you set up. And also, we were thinking about having and have talked about having Brian Lunsford join us next week. So that would be great.
yeah.
So hit me up, gal, so I can
Well, that's
set it
great.
up.
With Brian and Cajun and
Yeah,
Lois
it'd be
and yeah.
fun.
Okay.
Yeah, something to look
What's this
forward
say? This is Seven of Spells.
to.
Ooh, look at all these little gnomes of the forest here. Seven of Spells. Can you see that all right? There you go.
Ooh, that's cool. Looks like
Got a
some
dragon.
dwarfs on there.
Got some dragons on there.
Yep.
Okay. This card means holding your own when you're under attack. Trivial problems add up, misunderstandings, and defensiveness. As you can see, there's not much diversity among these gnomes, which is one of the reasons they are suspicious of non-gnomers. I don't know what they're doing with the dragon. Let's find out here. Our friend, the young wyvern, is growing fast. No longer a hatchling, this dragon is now able to go out at night by himself. Now let's see. Tonight he's been ambushed by a mob of torch-wielding gnomes. Gnomes are earth elementals, which means they can get a bit stuck in their ways and in their attitudes. Things that are unfamiliar or different seem threatening to them. The gnomes want to upset the wyvern and frighten it into leaving their forest. The wyvern is in a position of advantage above the gnomes, but he can't easily flee. He isn't breathing fire at the moment, but he could, and he might. This situation does not bode well. The gnomes represent the lesser forces that may be rallied against you. Don't stoop to their level, and do not return fire. There's a very good chance that their ideas are simply just misinformed. Wait for tempers to cool down, then find common ground and work towards peace. Hope that helps.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Hope that helped. I'm sure it did. I've got Crystal and Barry Chad is on deck for you, Teresa. So Crystal, I pulled the voice card, which is really cool. Yeah, that's a cool card. So the voice, speaking your word, use your voice, speak up, sing your song out to the universe. It's often not what you say, but how you say it. Speak plainly and tell your story. Word of power is vox, Latin for voice. The voice is an air-powered instrument, the sound of which is made by the movement of pressurized air over the vocal cords. The vocal cords vibrate, making audible pulses that are adjusted by the muscles of the larynx to give a unique variety in pitch and tone. The sound is further filtered by the lips, cheeks, and facial muscle, as well as the position of the neck, chest. Every person's voice is quite unique because of the combination of their physiology, although we do like to mimic others for fun. The human voice is capable of huge variety of sounds, from harmonic tonality to grunts, squeals, and screams. The voice is one way humans express their creative emotion in themselves and others, and of course, communicate through complex language. Listening to amazing voices raised up in song is something humanity has been doing since prehistory. Yet, perhaps most importantly, being able to speak out about what is important to us is even more vital. You must use your voice both kindly and for the greater good, not being afraid to speak out about injustice or to change a bad law or system has always changed the world for the better. And the element is an air card. Really is a pretty card. I think it's perfect for you, Crystal. Awesome. Nice. Hope it resonated.
Barry, right?
Barry Chat.
All right, no squirrels this time, Barry. That would have been too funny.
Oh, no squirrels. Oh.
Yeah. This is called the 9 of Challenges.
Mm.
I don't know. There's a little guy there sleeping in the tree or cowering, and the tree people are out in the forest. So I'm not sure if you can see that very well, but here's a better one. Better picture of it in the book itself. Is that all right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yep.
Interesting. I like how that book has the full page of the card.
Illustrations,
That's
yeah.
nice. Yeah.
Nice book, Lori. Again, thank you.
Oh, you're so welcome. It's my pleasure to be able to do that for you.
Yeah. All right, this card, actually, keep it up here if you can see it, represents fear, nightmares, helplessness, dark night of the soul.
Hmm.
There are 9 fears shown in these cards: bats, shining eyes, a looming tree being in the background there, a spooky moth, a glistening ink cap mushrooms, which are poisonous, woody nightshade, very poisonous, a goblin and a devil's coach horse beetle, and an alarmingly large spider. Okay, that would do it for me. Anything else matters not. The spider, I'd be gone. Okay? There's also a mouse, squeaky but harmless. All right. I'm not afraid of anything else but that spider.
Spiders, huh? They don't bother me. They used to. I'm
Lost in the woods, a boy tucks himself as tightly as he can among the tree roots and prays that he'll be safe until morning. Everything he sees and hears is terrifying to him. He can't discern between what is a real threat and what is merely unfamiliar. The shining eyes, the creeping feet, the tiny cries. Oh, he should not have come to the woods at night. There is nothing to be done now but wait for daylight. The hours until then crawl by as he trembles helplessly in his inadequate refuge. This card isn't really about danger, it's about fear. It's about the middle of the night terrors when you're helpless to do anything but worry, worry, worry. At such vulnerable times, your fears can start to multiply faster than you can swat them away. The scariest thing in the night forest is the inability to move safely, not knowing what is nearby. You may be feeling fearful because you are unprepared and ill equipped to handle some of your challenges. Face reality during the day so you don't need to flee from it at night. Now, for me, this is usually my fears, are always over finances or they're over something, I don't have very many fears of other things except for spiders that crawl up my nose at night when I'm sleeping. But I do have fear. They do.
What the hell was that? Ooh, ooh.
They do.
Talk about leveling up. That was good stuff.
Itsy bitsy spider climb up the waterfall.
Yeah, that was great. Oh, I love that stuff.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. I've got Genevieve. Who's up next? I kind of went into that. Who's on first? What's on second thing? All right. So Genevieve.
Who's after Genevieve? Who's after Genevieve?
Oh, I'm sorry. You've got Trina on deck. I'm sorry.
Trina. Okay.
Yeah, haven't said your name.
Oh no. Sorry,
You've got Trina. All right, Genevieve, this card's for you. It is the time card. That's interesting, huh? Very cool. Discipline. This card is about discipline. Find out the causes of your procrastination or resistance. Do not miss your opportunities. Someone is wasting your time. Be aware of this. You have the finite time on this planet, so use it well. Word of power, disciplinatus, Latin, disciplined. As you grew up, time seemed to pass very slowly. And as you couldn't wait to grow up, then, conversely, as you aged, time went quickly as you knew it was running out. We have an innate idea of time, but what is it actually? Physics says time is what a clock reads. Simple. Time has also been defined as the continued um, indefinite progress of existence. But it is hard to put a definition on the word without actually using the concept of time. We normally refer to time in what is can and what it can do for us, what it means. Humans initially broke time down in measurements of light and dark, day and night. When the sun rose, when it began to circle across the sky, when it set, when the moon rose and continued its arc. As humans became more sophisticated and began to break down these phenomena into hours, minutes, and seconds, we learned how to accurately measure time, although many different cultures had just as many ways to express time without their calendars. The study, yeah, which would be the seasons. The study of measuring time is called horology. Horology. I didn't know that. Time is an important element in which way it combines with other elements: speed of light, the velocity of an object, space, time, and gravity. That's the air element. I hope you got something out of that, Genevieve, and thank you so much for being here. So much love for you, gal. All right.
Okay, Miss Trina. I tell you, the lady is always so connected. Okay. Trina, this is Weaver of Visions. Hope you can see that okay. Weaver of Visions.
Oh my goodness. What
kind of looks like Trina all decked out there.
Wow, looks like Trina too.
All right, these are character traits. Dreamy, intuitive, psychic, empathic, emotionally sensitive, graceful, subtle, a bit mysterious, and devotes herself to those she deeply loves, like our tribe. She can also be changeable, moody, hypersensitive, hard to read, passive, playing the victim sometimes, overwhelmed by the emotions and needs of others, tends towards depression at times in quiet. Well, I say it's the character traits I first mentioned to sound like Trina to me. The Weaver of Visions is a shape-shifting enchantress, and the sacred lake is her place of magical transformation. The water's surface is a boundary line between the worlds, a threshold where she crosses from one state of being to the other. Wow. The Weaver is most herself in the watery realms, though she can sometimes be seen among the trees if you look quickly enough. Whether as a woman or as a leaping salmon, she acts on instinct, surrendering without question to the yearnings of her heart. She is the elusive one, the glimmering girl. She is love at first sight. She is poetry.
Wow.
If this card does not represent a particular person, it could mean a solution that comes through imagination and intuition, rather than logic and analysis. Listen to your heart, Trina, and trust its guidance, as if she doesn't do that already constantly.
Right. Wow. Such a fitting card for her.
Yeah, loving sister, Trina. Love you.
Yeah. Awesome. All right. I've got Truth Seeker, and then you're going to have David Castle on deck.
David Castle. Okie dokie.
Yeah. All right. So Truth Seeker. Hi, Jay. Glad you came. I pulled the Oceans card for you. Let's see if you can see that. It's kind of, it's got a lot of white. Yeah, okay, see that? There you go. It's kind of a groovy card. Wow, like you're on top of the world there, gal. On top of the world. This is bravery. The Oceans card is bravery. Go forth and explore. You won't see much if you keep the shore always in sight. Be brave in your choices. This is not time to be fearful. Someone who is close to you has a hidden side, and it is best to be mindful of this in your decision making. Words of power. Mare, Latin for sea. Tharos, ancient Greek, courage. We know a lot about life on the land, but we know very little about life in the world's oceans, which comprise 71% of the planet. We are still discovering new species, for instance, a flesh eating sponge and a strange hairy crab, and we have only begun to explore the deep ocean. We possibly know more about space than we do about our own blue seas. The oceans are a source of great richness in the form of marine life, and their very existence influences everything from the weather to where humans settled and lived. Ancient seagoing cultures, such as the Vikings and the Polynesians, had an intimate relationship with the ocean tides, trade winds, and stars, which enable them to navigate the huge blue expanses. The bravery of such cultures leaving the sight of land, venturing, navigating outwards towards often unknown destinations, is considerable and a testament to the human spirit of adventure and curiosity. The sea has been integral to our very humanness, sustaining us and allowing us to travel, trade, and learn. It is part of our DNA. Yet in our busy lives, we often overlook its importance. Because of this disconnection, the birthplace of life on this planet has become a garbage dump through acidification, pollution, overfishing, and habit destruction. We do know that without the oceans, life cannot exist on this planet, and that the oceans are troubled. Ocean based magic, like all water magic, concerns itself with the cycles of movement in the forms of stagnancy and flow, prosperity and emotional balance. Water. That's for you, Jay. Huh, that was
Yeah,
interesting. See how different these cards are? It's really
yeah, they're all
hard to
very different, but
describe.
good messages from them. Yeah,
It's
yeah.
really different.
All right, David Castle.
Yep.
Okay, we got the Five of Spells card for David Castle. I'm gonna get up here in the camera a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
So, taking a closer look, the wizard professors make the students work out their magical errors on their own, which means some young hacktoads may have trouble holding their forks at dinner. He's casting spells and ended up casting his fellow classmates into the air here. All right. Friendly competition is what this card signifies, David. Striving for excellence, healthy rivalry, learning from your mistakes. A few students from the Woodland Wizardry School have come out to work on their transformation spells, and toady hilarity ensues. Though to us as onlookers, the scene is humorous. These toad boys are deadly serious about their mock battles. They are learning their craft and exercising their powers, and refining their skills through camaraderie competition. Each wants to be the best, and that spurs the others on to greater glory.
Mm-hmm.
These young wizards do know what they are doing in terms of the spell itself, but magic is still an effort at this stage. With practice, they will soon move on to more challenging sorcery. Makers of magic know they can reach new levels of achievement with a little healthy competition. The trick is to keep it light and friendly. Do not devolve into a fight. This is another message about don't give in to fighting and aggression,
Mm-hmm.
which can be especially dangerous when wizardry is involved. Find ways to engage with your fellow wizards through playfulness and encouragement. Weren't we talking about that with Michelle Thompson last night?
Yes, we were.
Well, don't know what it means to you, David Castle, but good luck to you.
Awesome. Hey, I've got Delaney Pearl Jones next, and on deck for you is Sweet Audrey. You've got
Audrey. I
yeah,
get to read for Audrey.
yay!
Woo.
And I get to read for Delaney.
Oh, let it be a
Jones.
dragon. Let it be a dragon.
So Delaney, I pulled the volcanoes. It's power. Volcanoes card. Power. Old grudges should be released and let go. Heavy energy hurts us should we hold on to it for too long. Allow your anger to flow through you rather than saving it all up for an explosive release. Reformation may be necessary, and sometimes the greatest powers are hidden from view. You have the power to create or destroy. The word of power, dynamis, is ancient Greek for force or power. A volcano forms by a rupture in the Earth's crust, releasing lava, ash, gases, and more from the hot magma chamber underneath. The crust protects us from the heat and magma within the Earth. Volcanoes are more likely to form where two of the Earth's tectonic plates rub together. The famous Ring of Fire, the horseshoe-shaped basin in the Pacific Ocean, where 90% of the world's earthquakes occur, is also the home to over 450 volcanoes. Volcanoes are incredibly powerful, and their explosiveness is hard to predict. Even with the modern methods, it is estimated that if the giant supervolcano caldera under Yellowstone National Park in the US ever decided to erupt explosively, there would be so much ash and debris and power released that it could well trigger an extinction event on Earth. Ash is a danger to aircraft and to breathing. Poisonous gases are often released. The projectiles thrown from the active eruption cause death, and the superheated lava itself both destroys and reshapes the environment. During the 2018 eruptions of Hawaii Kilauea, one of the most active volcanoes on the planet, huge tracts of land were reshaped by the lava flows, and land was extended further into the sea. The newest land on Earth is created by volcanoes, and the volcanic soils are considered to be one of the most fertile of all for growing food. While volcanoes signal destruction on one hand, they create a new with the other. And that's an element card, and it is fire.
Oh,
cool. Yeah, that's a cool card. Yep, don't blow up too hard, but don't hold it in. You got to keep that balance. That's what it's telling me. So I hope that resonated with you, Delaney Pearl Jones.
All right. For my sister Audrey. All right. Now these are eights. The deck of eights here, the eights represent limitations, interference, a hard task, or difficult life lesson. Often the cards don't show an actual problem. Rather, the 8 card always shows you ways you might react to the problem. So keep that in mind. The 8 of spells says act swiftly. The 8 of visions says awaken from illusion. The challenge card, think, don't struggle. And the 8 says preserve to attain mastery. And that's what we have for you. We have the 8 of boons. So it's about mastery. Okay?
Nice.
All right. Oh, cool. Let's see. Tiny bird is a gold crest. It's very happy to have golden threads to weave into its nest. So the bird is up there in the corner. You probably can't see it so well in this photo. Anyway, the task of magically spinning nettles into gold. This means mastering a craft, Audrey, meticulous work, increasing your excellence, passionate pursuits are their own reward. The task of magically spinning nettles into gold was daunting at first. All stings and tangles working against all sense to make something precious out of something so ordinary. Patiently moving at the speed of learning, she threaded her spindles, running the fibers through her sensitive fingers as she spun. In time, she could see the progress of her skill. The snarled and fuzzy spindle, where a gleam of gold was faintly seen. She is intent upon her task, and her confidence grows with each filled spindle. It takes time to become an adept, and magical skills are no easier to master than mundane ones. Practice leads to improvement, but dedication leads to excellence. This is Audrey. Whether you work in the world, do it the very best of your ability and then some. Push past your comfort zone, but don't lose sight of the moment in striving towards an outcome. The learning process itself brings its own delights. Right on, odds.
Wow. Wow.
That
Wow.
actually pretty much describes Audrey, by the way.
Awesome.
Yeah.
She's such a sweet gal. I love her.
She
She's awesome.
maintains her sense of humor the whole damn time, too.
Yeah. Yeah. She's
Yeah.
grounded, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah.
All right. I've
Learn
got
something from her every day.
yeah, and that's awesome.
Yep.
Let's see. You had Audrey. I've got Ken Clark next, and then on deck is Kelly, my sister. You've got Kelly.
Kelly.
Yep, you got Kelly.
That's
All right,
Kelly.
Ken, I pulled the music card for you. Kind of interesting. Joy. Use music to change your mood. Music raises your vibration, creates ways you can express yourself more fully. Move your body through dance. Allow your body to heal through movement. Surround yourself with music to heal. It can be a music of nature, natural soundscapes, or human-generated music. Word of power, musikos, which is ancient Greek for pertaining to the muse. Music is an air element activity. Not only are voices powered by air and many instruments powered by breath, but music is carried by the air element to the ear. Cultural expression is often through music and not just language. And we are able to recognize different cultures through their music.
Right.
You know, the flamenco guitar is Spanish, and that certain drum rhythms are African or Japanese. And we know that jazz, pop, opera sound like elements within music. Sorry, I blew that one. Let's see, we know what jazz, pop, or opera sounds like. Next sentence. Elements within music, such as timbre, texture, dynamics, and expression, form structure, rhythm, and pitch, make it complex and unique. Music is either notated or written down in a musical language, or is learnt by the ear. Music has the ability to change mood and state. So spiritual, ritualized, and religious music are of huge cultural importance. Music was an integral part of the ancient religions of India, Egypt, Cambodia, Greece, and Rome. Achieving trance or euphoric states can be assisted by certain kinds of music. And this is part of the study of the cognitive neuroscience of music. The development of music therapy has advanced quickly as a mode of healing. Although we know that ancient Greek centers of healings almost always had a theater and a music section, it can be used to help people of all ages with conditions such as depression, sensory impairments, Alzheimer's developmental disabilities, and substance abuse issues. This element is an air card. So sounds to me, Ken, like it might be a good idea to maybe raise your vibration and listen to some really good music, something that resonates with you to kind of lift that, lift your spirits, so to speak. So that's for you, Ken. I hope that resonated with you. Yeah.
Okay.
Love is the music of our soul. That's for sure, Michelle. You got that one right. It can just change your attitude in no time at all. All right, you've got Kelly now.
Yeah, I got Kelly. I do.
Mm.
All right, can't even read it. Child of Spells. Gotta find that one in here. Something my door opened, and I don't know how the dog is over there. So I was like, "Why did the dog?" Oh.
Oh,
Okay.
the air spirit.
Yeah, we both tell them about that card we pulled. Did you read that one for the Soul Tribe while I do this? Okay,
Uh,
you didn't tell them about that.
no, uh-uh.
Okay, hang on a second. All right, Kelly. I got Child of Spells for you. Child of Spells.
Hmm.
This is playful, enthusiastic, curious, brave, risk taker, funny and waggish, doesn't give up easily, learns by trial and error.
That's Kelly. Oh my goodness.
Uh-huh.
Verbatim.
The child of
Kelly.
spells has marched boldly into the forest to try out his homemade magic staff. He wants to be a wizard, but he isn't very interested in putting in the study time. In his mind, he's ready right now. Planting his planting his feet firmly and focusing energy through the staff, as he's seen real wizards do, he attempts to magically transform a rabbit. The rabbit isn't worried at all. If
Mm-mm.
this card does not represent a particular person, it can mean an audacious attempt, a well-meaning mistake, or childlike enthusiasm for a project or a plan. I had the privilege of working with her just like that. I was like, I need a slide. And as I'm talking about it, she's like, oh, snap. I could do this. Boom. She just ran off and made this presentation. I'm like, never seen anybody pounce on anything so quickly in my life, Kel.
Yeah. Yeah. She's got mad skills. That's for
Yeah,
sure.
she does.
Awesome.
She's not unlike you.
Yeah. We're a lot alike. Yes, we are. But in many ways, we're very different, which is good.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. I've got Intuitive Amber Dawn. And
Okay.
you've got Lady Spitfire. She actually requested one from you because she likes that deck. And I'm sure she resonates with you.
Oh, so you like this deck? Okay, because I
Yeah.
have the other one that she likes too, Hawkeyes, but I'll do this one.
Yeah.
Okay, lady.
Cool. So, Amber Dawn, I pulled the Air Motion card for you. Be flexible yet grounded. Allow yourself free thought. Move and choose. Find your freedom. Use your voice resourcefully. Stand up for what you believe in. Be mindful of the way you communicate. I would say she's very much that. Word of power, air, Latin, air, ether. Latin word for that. The element of air has always been associated with the movement with the higher spirit. It is cleansing element that enables us to fly free and allow our minds to travel. Air is associated with the breath, breathing, the lungs, the voice, music, winds, and storms. It is the element of communication. At its most destructive, air disconnected, chaotic, undisciplined, untethered. While we consider a storm after a long drought to be cleansing and nourishing, an intense storm such as hurricane can widely be destructive. The word airhead normally refers to someone who doesn't consider things much and who just flits around from one thing to another willy-nilly. Finding your own space and healthy motion is important, and finding your own breath of fresh air will enable you to see things differently and to start anew. So, air is your card. Wow. Yeah, I can tell you just by getting to know Amber Dawn a little bit, she don't take shit off of nobody, and not even herself. So, apropos on this card for you. Awesome. Hope that resonated with you, Amber Dawn. It's good to do it back for you. She's on Wayne Steiger. Her and Nina are on Wayne Steiger show every Friday, and they do a card reading for the group as well. So glad to give it back.
Yeah. Good to see you, Amber. Good to see you.
Yes, and so glad you popped in. Thank you for that.
Okay, lady.
Lady
That
Spit.
could have been a card for Lady Spitfire.
Oh,
Yeah. All right. This is a major arcana card.
ooh.
And it's the moonlight. Which has a slight meaning in the enchanted forest. Okay. It's secrecy and mystery, the dream world, intuition, and something hidden from view is what its meaning is. My dog has gone postal. Excuse me. Oh. Who dares to go into the forest when the moon is full? I don't even know if you can see this. Who would follow the luminous paths to the gazing pool? The forest is a different place by moonlight. What's familiar by day becomes illusionary when the moon is full. The sounds of the night are eerie, haunting, and filling you with nameless longing. Moonbeams sift down through the branches, slivering the sylvan glade. Hares go mad in the moonlight. Wild with lunatic ecstasy, they dance and leap, then suddenly stand motionless, frozen, and bewitched. I think that's why Ruby just went postal. They return to themselves when the dawn breaks most of the time. It is said that those who sleep in the moonlight either go mad or become poets. The poem Byron wrote, "There is a dangerous silence in that hour, a stillness which leaves room for the full soul to open all of itself without the power of calling wholly back its self control.
Hmm.
Perhaps our lives are but a dream, but we are all as mad as moon hares. Even the most pragmatic cannot deny the magic of the night. When moonlight shines upon your reading, take it as a sign to let intuition rule over logic for a time. Pay attention to your dreams, which may be full of portents. Spend time outside in the dark with no intention other than to be open to the mystery." Hope that resonates for you, lady.
Wow. Very
That's
cool.
a powerful card.
Yeah, very powerful.
Yeah, that it is.
Let's see. I've got Gazacav, and you'll have Nina the Mystic after that.
Nina.
And that'll be the last reading, but I do have something really cool to show you guys. It's amazing stuff. So, got a little special thing at the end here for you. But Gazacav, I pulled the Purity Ice card for you. The way forward is clear. See nature in its purity. Let it comfort you and strip away what is unnecessary. Freeze out what is not of benefit to you at this time. When you look at things clearly, uh, there will be purity to the solution. Word of power, Svelja, ancient Norse swell. It means swell. When water gets chilled at 0 Celsius, it freezes into a solid state. That is, ice is formed. Ice has different appearances and forms that often depend on the rapidity of freezing. Ice is less dense in its frozen form than it is in liquid form. A kind of magic, really. It does, however, increase the volume, having a larger volume than water. That's true, it does expand. The biome where ice forms naturally is called a cryosphere. Glaciers are very important forms of freshwater storage. White icebergs are usually large pieces of ice that have broken off from a land ice sheet. One of the most tiny but beautiful kinds of ice is that referred to the diamond dust. These are ice needles that form at temperatures approaching minus 40 Celsius due to air with a slightly higher moisture content mixing with the colder surface-based air. I have witnessed this phenomenon. It was exquisitely beautiful in the way it shimmered that I forgot how cold it was. Ice introduces almost outer worldly beauty, a kind of purity that very few other elements can offer. Festivals in places such as the Japan Sapporo, Russian Krasnoyarsk, China Harbin, and Norway Gelo make any ice aficionado happy. Element water. There are some hotels that are made just out of ice that are incredible that I've seen on the History Channel. Was fascinating. I mean, people literally sleep there and enjoy the ice. Anyway, Gazakab, that's for you, my friend. Hope you like the reading.
Cool.
And then last but not least is Nina.
All right, Sister Nina. I'm honored to pull for you, Nina.
Yes.
Okay, here we go. I pulled and I searched around a bit, but it led me to this one, Seeker of Spells. Seeker of Spells. So you're Seeker on this reading tonight. The Seeker of Spells. Bold, spirited, dramatic, venturesome, fearless, passionate in her pursuits. Impulsive, although sometimes, would rather apologize than ask permission at times, sometimes easily bored, headstrong, and willful. Those are the shadow traits. The Seeker of Spells has come to the woods in secret to find a flower that only blooms on this one particular night. As a witch, she has no fear of the nocturnal forest. Indeed, the danger only makes her quest more thrilling. Her daring has paid off, and she arrives at the precise moment of the blossoms unfurling. That is too very thrilling. Oh, it's trying to rhyme. To run the risk of missing the moment and losing the magic. Play it safe for those with no witch blood in their veins. That's not her style, in other words, to play it safe. If this card doesn't represent a particular person, it will mean or could mean creative exploration, trusting your instincts, Nina, in terms of timing, breaking through a stale routine, or spontaneous travel, for example, without a great deal of planning. So be more spontaneous. Don't lock yourself in. Hope that resonates with you, sweetie. And thanks for sending in your video last night. Appreciate it.
Yeah, that was awesome. Always very good.
Very awesome.
Immensely. Hey, Pa Joe just came into the chat room, so I went ahead and pulled the card for you, Pa Joe, and I'll go ahead and read that, and that'll be the last card, and then we'll move on to something really cool.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, we have a surprise for folks.
Yeah, quite
a surprise. Audrey, don't leave because you're going to want to see this.
Very important stuff. All right, Pajo, I pulled the speed card for you. It's movement. Savor the experiences of your life. Be mindful and aware of the speed in which you do activities, such as eating and working. Do not waste your time, but understanding the discernment of taking quality time. Word of power, celitatum. Ancient Latin for swiftness, velocity. Scientifically, the speed of an object is the magnitude of its velocity. It is an element we don't think about much unless we think of it in terms of our cars when obeying the speed limit, or in fast transport, such as aeroplanes, and how long it takes to get somewhere. Speed then has the dimensions of distance divided by the time. Although it is a key element that fits into many physical laws, for example, velocity describes both how fast and in which direction an object is moving, and the steady speed of light is a key to maintain calculations in astrophysics. We first begin to understand the concept of speed as a child when we begin to observe the concept of overtaking or the thing traveling faster than another. It's possibly also when we first get our competitive urges. It is often said that as you are growing up, time seems to pass very slowly, and we cannot wait to grow up. And then conversely, as we age, time quickly, as we know it's running out. We live in a speedy society, and knowing when to slow down can be the difference between balance or imbalance. Slow cooking, slow traveling, taking time to think and process, and exercise, self-care require a willingness to slow down enough to savor them. Pajo, that's the air card for you. Slow down, take things a little bit easy, keep the balance. Don't go too fast, don't go too slow. Okay? That's for you, Pajo.
Hey sis, Deborah came in. Deborah Trudeau.
Oh, okay. Do you want to read her card? You would be next on that. Great. Go ahead and read one for
Sure.
her, if you
Okay.
would. Hi, Deborah. Such a pleasure having you on A7 last night. It was great. I know you had a lot going on, but I'm glad that you took the time to be on with us, and thank you very much for that. Teresa's going to go ahead and pull a card for you, Deborah Trudeau. Yeah. Yeah, this
Got it.
Spidey sense is going.
But that the way I pick it.
That's quite I just think that's such a cute and unique way to do it. Amazing.
That's a major arcana also, Deborah. It's the Forge. It's called the Forge.
Wow.
Yeah.
Where everything is created.
Yeah. Yeah.
Heart steel.
Let me grab, because I had put the book down thinking we were done here. So
no problem.
I think it's the last of the oh.
Yeah, that's going to be it, and then we'll move on to.
No, I mean the in the book here, the position in the.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
They're laid out by arcanas, not by page numbers, so it's like, woo, a little bit extra.
Yeah. Wow.
Here's a bigger picture for you, Deborah. I don't.
Oh, cool.
Can you see it all?
Raise it up just a little bit if you could. Just raise it up higher. Yeah.
Say one. Like that.
You can see the anvil, the creation of it, the hot fire. Wow. I get the feeling
I love the deck.
Major things into her life.
All right, here we go. The Forge. All right, it represents balance, temperance, moderation, alchemy, elemental harmony, strength that comes from enduring or suffering. A closer look here, you'll see that swirling magic around the dwarves. It contains tiny little symbols for the elements. Yeah, I can see it now. Stars, triangles, so forth. In a wide clearing stands an ancient forge where magical swords are made. Dwarves have been dedicated to this task for as long as dwarf memory goes back, and that is a very long, long time indeed. All the elements are needed to summon the soul of a sword: earth, fire, air, and water. The raw materials from the earth are activated and transformed by fire, which is kept alive by air. The fiery metals are cooled by pure water from a nearby spring. This process tempers the blades and strengthens them. The swords are worked and then shaped upon the anvil, then heated again and cooled. When these master craftsmen are satisfied with each blade's balance and strength, the gleaming swords and their hilts are finished with jewels and mystic runes. This is the dwarves' vocation in the highest sense, a spiritual, magical task as well as a practical one. The forge represents the blending of elements to achieve balance. Time spent in the fire must be balanced by time in water, metaphorically speaking. The blade is stressed by the flames, then blessed by the living water. Combining, stressing, and blessing results in strength.
Wow.
Much love to you, Deborah. Thanks for coming on the show last night. We really appreciate it.
Oh, yeah, that was awesome.
You're coming back once you get unpacked and settled in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so for our really cool little surprise, so I'll give you a little background on this. I'm going to show you a video. This video is some surveillance footage from my business. And I had just recently put up some 4K cameras, and I captured some amazing an amazing situation, so to speak, and I wanted to share that with you guys. Now, when this first happened, I let Teresa know what was going on, and I showed it to her, and she was able to kind of break it down with her understanding of paranormal. I know you've done that in the past for many years, right?
Oh, yeah.
Audrey, really pay attention to this. This is pretty amazing stuff. Also, to kind of give you a little background, I was watching Rocky Stucci's show, and Motherella was on there, and they were taking questions. So I'll tell you about the question I asked after you see the video. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and show you this video. And Teresa, if you want to kind of narrate this, this is really cool. Okay.
Sure. Sure.
All right, here we go, guys.
Okay. This is Lori's desk, and Lori, you got to back it up. It went too fast. Hang on a second. This is Lori's desk, and what you're going to see, it's coming back across
I'm
towards
going
the
to play
chair.
it again for you. Yeah.
All right. What happens here is it was hard to catch, but if you look at the center of Lori's desk, in
Mm-hmm.
front of that big black chair, something comes out of the middle of the desk. And as it comes out of the middle of the desk, it makes its way over, across the table, down onto the floor, tries to manifest, spins around, and turns into a globe of some type, and then at orb of some type, and then shoots up into the air. So
Right.
it's like it's coming out of the desk and making its way down to the floor, and it tries to manifest, and we caught it trying to manifest.
Okay, here it comes
It
again.
goes. It's going to turn
Replay it.
around. It's coming back.
Here it
Boom.
comes.
Here it
Up over
comes.
the desk.
And you can see a trail
Right.
behind it. You see that trail? And when it goes down onto the floor, you can almost see feet to it.
Right. I'll play it one more time for you.
There it goes across the desk, down onto the floor. See it? Trying to manifest. Boom, comes back. That is one of the best catches of an orb I've seen in a long freaking time.
One more time.
Yeah, one more time. Up by the table. There it goes. Down. It's trying to manifest. You see it? It's got legs. It's trying. It can't do it. Pew, comes back.
And then shoots off.
Or it decides not to do it.
Yep.
Now, on the left-hand side there, or the right-hand side of the photo, what you see up on the desk on one of Lori's credenza is like a flashing, it's like a cell phone or a charging station, has nothing to do with it because it's not able to reflect that kind of beam. It's just an electronic device, it has nothing to do with this. I looked at that to see if it was a reflection. It's not. I blew it up, in other words. It's just like the lights on an alarm clock kind of thing.
So what exactly did you do on your camera when you put the picture?
Well, I zoomed in. So I zoomed in on the orb as it was coming back. That picture that you're showing right there. I zoomed in on it as best I could, and I made it a little bit larger so that you could see it because it was smaller than what you're seeing right here. So that's just there. Then I made it even larger, and I could see something in it. Now I changed the light frequency between shadowing, from light to dark, until I could see what was inside the sphere. Then we blew it up again, and I did the same thing with I changed contrast, light, brightness, and depth, saturation, and all that. I didn't go too crazy. I just wanted to get an idea of what we were looking at. And there's something inside that orb, and sometimes if you look at the very center of it, you can see a person's face. If you step back from it a little bit, you can see something else, like maybe more than one thing in there. That could be Toriadella,
Yeah. But you can
could,
see the energy this thing has. You can see how the energy manifested. Started out small, built it up, came into fruition, and then dropped out.
No, Audrey, there's no audio with this particular video, but she has one in her workshop. Same night, right, Lori? Is it the same night?
Yeah, but you know what? I did debunk it after I talked to the guys. The sound was the washing machine, and we saw a car driving by, and that was the reflection.
That was the glowing light. I knew it was something.
So that one was debunked, but this one is 100% real.
Yeah.
And I'll go ahead and show you the video one more time just so you can catch this.
Yeah.
Let me do that for you. Take that one off.
So Brian Lunsford hasn't had a chance to look at it yet, but I've dumped it into his box because I want to see what he comes up with. But when he comes back this way, here we go. And then see the trail behind it, you guys?
Yeah.
It's just like, and it's not a bug because when you blow it up, there's no wings, there's no nothing. It's something that tried to manifest.
And it's the way it moves.
Yeah.
It's the way that it moves. So
it's like a slinky. It circles back and comes back.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Like a worm or something. Yeah.
So we've been experiencing a lot of these orbs in the shop. And when I was in the chat room at Rocky Stucci's show, and Motherella said, she'd take questions because she's a psychic as well. So I asked, are the orbs on my surveillance system, are they positive? And she said, yes, they're very positive, and that they are souls that are attached to the land. When I spoke to Eric, the master angel, my spirit guide and friend,
Hmm.
He mentioned that that they were not negative in any way, and that there were 12 spirits that are there. We were able to move 3 on. 3 of them were ready to go and move home. So there's still 9 there, but they don't cause any problems. But I see them constantly on my surveillance system, and I'm sure we'll
Yeah.
be seeing more of them.
Yeah.
They're
That
just
first one,
everywhere, just buzzing
that
all over
first
the
one you showed me, it was like, it reminded me of Brian Lunsford's after the storms were over with from the hurricane. He
Yeah.
had orb activity out the yin yang, and I
Mhm.
was watching him one night talking to him, and I'm like, Brian, and it was like bees, like they were just coming at. They were just absolutely, and that's what it was like in your garage that night. Now Audrey says, go ahead and send it to Rocky.
Oh, cool. Yeah,
Yeah,
certainly will.
got it in here in the notes to go ahead and let him take a look at it.
Oh, awesome. Yeah.
Info.sitroom@gmail.com. See it
Let's see. Yeah, let me put that up.
in
Yeah.
the chat?
Yeah, yeah, you were on there in chat. I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would love to. I'll let them know. Yeah,
Okay.
no
Thanks,
problem.
Audrey. I would
Yeah,
love
thank you,
to
Audrey.
get a feel for it because that's just one of the better ones I've seen in a while.
Yeah, and I've got more than just that too. That's what's really crazy
Yeah.
about all this. I'm
Yeah.
capturing them left and right. We're actually catching them right at the end of the night when all the lights are turned off, and that's when they really pop up, and you can see them. But yeah, they're all positive. It's not anything negative, so it's quite interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, Joey and Crystal have them too.
Yes, they yes, I
On their
saw their
video.
hearts.
Yeah.
Yeah, theirs were blue. It was quite amazing. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's just nowadays we've got so many cameras available that people are capturing these more and more. So the odds of capturing them are just
Well, we're seeing more. We're opening up to more,
yep, that's
and
true.
I think that the frequencies are coming together, and we're seeing more and more activity.
Yeah,
There's
there's
out
no
here in
doubt.
my own house. I got the coming at
Yeah,
us. I
yep,
never showed
yeah.
Audrey. I don't think I showed Audrey that video, but
Huh.
it came down and hovered and looked at me and spun around, and then it shot off again, and I was like, "What the heck?"
Yeah.
That was a good
Super
one.
fascinating. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, anyway, we've come to the end of the show. It's time to say goodbye to everybody. I want to thank everyone that was in chat. Thank you so much. We so much appreciate you and much love to all of you. And Teresa, thank you for joining me. I really appreciate that. It's a pleasure to do
Yeah.
this. And I'm glad that we're making this something that we do on a weekly basis. So
Yeah, and thanks for doing that. I really enjoy being here with you and everybody else, and I love my deck. Thank you very much.
I'm so glad. Oh,
Yeah,
good.
my,
That makes me feel
my
great.
first gifted
Awesome.
deck. Yeah,
That's right.
yeah,
So, on that note, don't forget to watch Milky Way tonight. Is that
yes,
correct, Teresa?
yep, yep. He'll be on in about a half an hour
So,
almost.
you
Yeah,
guys got a half-hour break, and then it's over to Milky's channel, and we'll both see you in chat. Thank you so much, everybody. So much love for you guys, and peace and love, babies.
bye
All
everybody.
right.
We love
Peace
you.
out.
Thank you.